what not to do when you're defining an essay. But today we're going to look at different strategies that you can use when writing your definitive essay. So some strategies that you can use are really simple at first. It may seem hard to do, but once you use the help of a dictionary, a thesaurus, or just look up or just read other articles, the idea could come to you. These are some different strategies that you should be able to use when you're writing your essay. So these are some strategies that you can use when you're doing your definitive essay. So you can describe. So describing is just using, you can use your five senses. What do you see? What do you smell? What does it look like? And that can lead you on to defining or explaining the topic or your concept of idea. Next one could be stating examples. Setting examples can be easy because anybody can find an example, but the only thing is with this, you don't want to say too many examples because you will stray away from your idea. Next one is an easy one, is compare and contrast. Comparing and contrasting are simple things. It's just like what the word says. To compare two things, you're explaining how they're alike, and contrasting means you're explaining how they're different. And last one, you can discuss cause and effect. So basically, what happens when you do this, or what's the result of a certain thing that you do, or anything like that. So these are some strategies that you can use when writing your definitive essay, but also be reminded to never include methods to explain something. So you don't want to just use like directions. You don't want to use it because it'll seem boring to your reader. So
I have a question. How can you identify your audience?
It's easy to identify your audience because first, before writing any essay, you have to find your purpose and who you want your audience to be. So if you're gonna write something like a persuasive essay, you want to persuade your audience, you want them to, get engaged into the reading. You want to strive for clarity for your intended audience. So these are some things you have to keep in mind when writing. So you want to do clarity. You also want to not confuse your audience because something what's common in different essays that you explain, so at the point you do confuse them and they will lose track of what you're. Today we talked about how to write a definitive essay. We talked about the outlining of it, the body paragraphs, and the conclusion. We talked about what is a definitive essay, which is an essay that aims to explain and exemplify a certain concept or idea. But today now, we're going to look at what to avoid when writing a definitive essay. So,
what are some of the problems to avoid when writing a definitive essay?
The first thing we're not supposed to do is to be too broad. We want to be concise, precise, and we want all of our information to be out there, but also in a manner where it's easy to read and it grabs readers' attention. We don't want to choose a topic that's too vague that you can't explain and you're all over the place. You also want to not quote directly from the dictionary. You want to use your own words because it'll make the essay more meaningful. Last but not least, you must be descriptive and do not offer circular meanings. For example, what is service day? You don't want to explain and say a day of service. You have to use more, be more expressive and use more words to explain yourself. So yes, there are some things when we're writing a definitive essay. Some things that you should do is explain more, be expressive, try using if you can't formulate the words out of your own thinking, you can use a thesaurus and look up synonyms, the words that you want, and you go from there.
And know your purpose.
Yes, yes, and know your purpose. Today we're going to learn about definition essays. Definition essays are to explain or exemplify a concept or an idea. Usually, it's a word or it's worded and concept can be defined in just one sentence. A definition essay, however, needs to be several paragraphs to include examples, details, cause and effects, personal experience, analysis, and etc. This type of paper requires you to write a personal yet academic definition of one specific word. So we have outline for definition essays, the body paragraphs, and conclusions. Any questions?
Does the leading have to be in the first sentence?
The lead-in introduces the topics, concepts, and terms you're going to define. It could be in the first paragraph, yes, because then it makes the transition to the thesis more smoothly and more flowing than in the
The body paragraph, does it have to include the supporting details?
Supporting details will always tell you to explain about your topic that you chose. Yes, because then the supporting details makes up the body paragraph. And last, we have conclusion, which means that you have your main points and you point out only the significant concept idea that you're trying to make your reader grasp. So at the end, you have your outline for definition essay, which includes your lead-in, your transition, and your thesis, your body paragraphs that include your topic sentence, and your supporting details, that is the main part of the definition essay, and last but not least, your conclusion. That's it.